It is Thursday. Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. Cool. Emerson couldn't join us today. He's busy, has his own things he got to do. No big deal. Well, we're going to talk about the spring game a little bit. We're a little bit late, but you know what? We have our own lives. We're busy. We have things we got to do. The world doesn't revolve around YouTube. So, anyway, the spring game over the weekend. Nick, what were your quick thoughts about it?
You know, this OU crowd had a huge turnout. There's
75,000.
75,360 people. That's big time. That's, OU record, and it was the highest attendance rating in all of college football as far as spring games go. So that's my big takeaway on that.
It was kind of a different atmosphere. I mean, it was one of those things because we went to the spring game in 2018, right? Going into 2018, we went to it. Yeah, because it was the first year they broke out the Georgia jerseys. It was.
Okay.
So we went to that game, and it was nothing like it was here. Moving into Norman, we actually left about 9:30 in the morning. Was it 9:30 or so?
Yeah.
9:30?
Yeah.
We got to Norman probably around 2-ish. Was it 2-ish? The traffic was so backed up. It was kind of like a game. It really was. It was backed up, and you kind of got there, and we stood in line forever. We missed the first 7 or 8 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean the lines were insane. Eventually at one point they just said, "Okay, everybody, just go in." They didn't even scan our tickets.
They didn't. We all paid, and I still owe Adam for that. We all paid $15 a ticket. I don't know how much you guys paid, but we paid $15 a ticket, and they didn't even scan our tickets as we went in. So it kind of got unorganized. I don't think they were expecting that many people because the upper decks were actually full. They were getting full. They weren't completely full because it obviously wasn't a sellout crowd like it was in like a game or anything like that. But there was a lot of freaking people there.
It was crazy.
There was. So, and then the halftime show with Baker Mayfield and Brent Venables, man, that was pretty good.
That was good. It had a really good tribute video with Baker, and then Venables had some words to say, and it was really good stuff.
It was awesome. And then we were kind of met by some bad weather, which delayed our drive on the way back.
So yeah, we got back at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it sucked. Any takeaways from the game itself, though, with the players, the actual game? Not the atmosphere, not the materialistic things, but any takeaways from the play on the field?
I would just say it's pretty evident that Dylan Gabriel's our guy. He threw the ball multiple times, 28 times to be exact. He was 19 for 28, 250 yards. Had a touchdown to Marvin Mims for about 33 yards right down the middle. And he had an interception as well on a 50-50 ball to Jalil Farouk, but it was also an extremely windy day. So
it was windy.
Yeah, so that's definitely something to consider. Freshman running back Javonte Barnes, some guy. This guy I've been really high on out of Las Vegas. 6 foot, 205 pounds. Touched the ball I think he touched the ball about 17 times. Had 60 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. So he's a pretty promising back. I could see him actually becoming the starter late in the season. Honestly, I would say Eric Gray is probably going to be the number one guy, but I like Marcus Major. He didn't play in the spring game, but I think Marcus Major and Javonte Barnes are the best running backs on this roster right now.
Cool. And the Red did win 21-17. So it was pretty fun. We got out of there. There was some time left in the fourth quarter, but it took us forever to get out of there. Anything else from that game, Nick?
Yeah, I just kind of want to go through a lot of different guys, what I saw.
Let's hear it.
Eric Gray had a really nice run early in the game for about 45 yards. McCade Matower had a really nice seal-off block on Danny Stutzman, and I'm really high on Danny Stutzman. I think he's going to be maybe the best linebacker that we have. Marvin Mims is our clear-cut number one wide receiver. He probably got the most looks.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, but last year was kind of iffy. No wide receiver really stood out last year.
We all know why, but that's a different topic for a different video on a different day.
Right. He had Marvin Mims had probably 75 yards, had a touchdown, and then on one of his receptions he gave 2 really nice stiff arms to get the first down and get extra yards. And Theo Weiss early, it was the first possession. It was like a 45-yard bomb, almost gets the score, and he's about a half a yard short. And freshman wide receiver Jaden Gibson, guy I've been really high on, he had a 95-yard touchdown reception, and he showcased his length when he's taking his strides and his speed. Wide receiver Jalil Farouk looks really explosive. He breaks tackles and he's hard to bring down. It looks like he's got the most strength out of all the wide receivers. He's just really strong and really hard to bring down. And defensively, Marcus Stripling had a really good day. He had 6 tackles total. He had 4 tackles for loss, and he had 2 sacks as well. And then Ethan Downs had a really good day as well. Drake Stoops was kind of held up by Bryson Washington. And then Ethan Downs comes in and puts his helmet right on the football, forces a fumble, and then Joshua Eaton gets the fumble recovery. And early in the game as well, Jaden Gibson's kind of running a slant route into the end zone, and Joshua Eaton goes and breaks it up. And those are just 2 guys with great length. And hopefully we can get some really quality reps from Joshua Eaton this year, because it looked like he was ready to go in that spring game.
I'm glad you observed all that. While you were observing all that, I was standing in line for the first quarter and a half to get 5 hot dogs and 2 Dr. Peppers, and I spent about 50-something bucks on it. So, yeah, that's I said, a different topic for another day.
That's ridiculous is what that is. But
$50. They're decent hot dogs, so... it is what it is.
Just a really good day. Great turnout for Sooner Nation. And
motivating. Very motivating and promising for the future.
Yeah, Venables was saying this is the 128th Oklahoma football team ready to go this season, and they just look like they're ready to go. Like, Venables has so much energy to him, and honestly,
so much more energy.
Honestly, it was just kind of hard to get a grasp on everybody, because they did a draft. So it was defensive ends coach Miguel Chavis, and then running back coach DeMarco Murray. They had a draft. So it's not just first team versus second team. It was completely split. So it's just hard to kind of get a feel of how good these players are going to be, and kind of the chemistry revolving that. So
Cool. All right, well, any final thoughts on any of that, Nick?
Just excited to see how many times and how much energy this crowd's going to bring on home games. I think we have 6 or 7 home games this season, so that's going to be really important. Hopefully we can kind of build some momentum and be ready for the SEC. So
Cool. All righty, well, I think that's going to wrap it up. That's Nick. I'm Taylor. Adam's back there. Gabe couldn't make it. He's usually our sound guy. Emerson couldn't make it. Things happen. So we'll see you guys later. We got a second video. It's just I recorded the halftime Baker Mayfield statue reveal.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Go check it out. It's good stuff.
There you go. So, all right. We'll see you later. Boomer Sooner.
Boomer.